Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 30 NSG. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Starfield leaks suggest that game was once more complex and hardcore. Okay, so a Starfield player discovered evidence that the complex exploration and survival features that were removed during development buried inside the game files. So a recent data mine suggests that Starfield used to be far more complex and hardcore game during development, and that many of the space travel mechanics were prior to launch. If you guys remember me and Stars talking about like the fuel system and stuff like that, and I said, how do you make it complex this way but not make it complex this way? I said it's just a little weird, and this is kind of putting towards it was more hardcore. So while Starfield was undoubtedly been a commercial success for Microsoft, numerous players have expressed disappointment with the latest Bethesda sandbox, especially when compared to the company's previous titles such as Skyrim and Fallout 4. Starfield's recent ratings in the Steam sits at a comfortable an uncomfortable 28%, and the players count keeps dwindling by the day. Now, though Bethesda should be commended for taking a bold swing for adding procedurally generated Starfield, it's safe to say that public reception of the game's exploration loop has been lukewarm. While many fans have praised the shipbuilder and feature of Starfield, an equal number have critiqued how repetitive it feels and wanted a barren plans to be settled systems and connected by unimmersive loading screens and user interface that leaves a lot to be desired. Now, you guys saw me play it live, okay, when we first started playing the game, and I disagree. A lot of people that are critiquing it, right, they can think that way, but I disagree with them. The load screens, I didn't have that many load screens when I just played the game. If I played the game by walking to my ship, flying, doing the different things, doing the side missions, it was fine. But I do agree with them, if you're doing the main story, and you just go from one spot to the next and you constantly fast travel, then you will have a lot of load screens. I had load screens as the same as everybody else, but they were far and few between because I was going a 20-minute mission, then a load screen for 3 seconds, and then I would do another 20-minute mission and then load screen for 3 seconds. I wasn't just running around going fast travel, load screen, fast travel, load screen, fast travel, load screen, because that's not how you should play the game, but each their own. However, it appeals that Starfield used to lean much more in the survival aspect during the development, which Todd Howard confirmed in an earlier interview. Now, see, I think, and I've said this when I played, I go, I wish this is a little bit more survival-esque than what it is, okay? It doesn't know what it is, okay? It feels like there should be a survival there, but it looks like they took it out, and obviously, they took it out, okay? A fan named Red Salty Borger uncovered the remains of Starfield's old star map tucked away in the game's files. And there's also ways to discover the interesting fact that the star system seamlessly had traits and hazards for players to contend with. It suggests that the space travels in Starfield played a bigger role prior to launch, with the data mine map confirming discard mechanics such as fuel consumption and interstellar trade, right? So here's a picture real fast. Let's open this up. Kind of want to show you what this looks like. So in this, you can see, and it's a little blurry probably for you guys, but over here, it has the jump range, 12 to 14, the fuel consumption, solar radiation. It has the different things. Okay, it has that in the game now. Okay, but there's more in, like, you had to go fuel your ship up in between. And obviously, you don't have to do that now. Now, the map shows Leviathan 4 with a brief lore blur. Okay, stating that the mineral-rich system that pirates use for stashing valuables. This feature is also missing in the current user interface in Starfield, and it could also argue that the inclusion would have given plenty of atmosphere to the settled systems and its lore, right? So that little blurb section over here as well goes into more of, hey, there's pirates on this planet. You'd land on the planet. You might go find stuff, but they got rid of that stuff, right? So the interface of Starfield also could be argued at the conclusion of it, right? So, moreover, Leviathan 4 also used to have solar radiation and micro terroroids were two hazards that could also have made the space travel difficult, with the former causing minor hull damage, while later having the chance to cause catastrophic stop to the player's ship, right? So if you jumped into an area, you could have gotten damage to your ship, and then you would have to fix your ships. You had to find ship parts. So you would either find ship parts by blowing up other ships to get their ships, to trade to get your ship parts, or you would have to land in a different system to get your ship parts. Something just so minor of ship getting damaged, not go fix it, you would have to go do that. But instead now in Starfield is your ship is damaged, go to a spaceport, pay $1,000, and it's good to go. According to Bethesda, it took 7 years of development for Starfield to become fun to play. There is very, very good chance that these mechanics were removed for a good reason. Maybe they didn't work correctly. And yes, we look at this now, and hindsight's 2020 going, well, you should have put this in, would have been a better game. I enjoyed the game what it is. Now, what the game is, or what the game could be, they could easily put this back in because now it's been more refined, got more polish to it, and they can drop it at a later date. So it could be more a different game mode. Like you start again, and it's a hardcore mode, and then you go into the new game plus 10 times or whatnot. But we'll see what happens. The economy of Starfield is static. Players jump from one planet to the next using fast travel. They don't have to worry about running out of fuel, and there's no hazards in space. While this makes it stable gameplay loop, some players in Reddit threads have argued that the final iteration feels watered down. And I agree with that. I do feel that the game is watered down. Now, I did enjoy it, but people are looking for that little bit more. Even No Man's Sky does this, right? You could take off like 5-6 times, and then you have to refuel your ship. You could do space jumps or grav jumps, but you have to refuel your ship. And I think this is something that Starfield should throw back in the game and give it a little bit more of the hazards and what realistic it would be inside the game. Now, with the big Starfield update slated for release in February 2024, Bethesda's post-launch support, the game was kicked into gear, and though it's mostly deal with bugs fixes, the developers have teased a new way to travel and will add to the first half of 2024. Ultimately, it remains to be seen if these cut features will ever be reprised. And I think, or make a reappearance, I think they do. I think this game evolves over the time. A lot of people that are saying that the sky is falling like Chicken Little, oh my God, I think you're over-exaggerating. I think this game is just fine. If you decide to play this game or not, it's not a live service game as we know of right now. It's just a game. And you pay for the DLC, and it's a single-player game. And once you play a single-player game, you put that game down. And nowhere in existence has anyone ever said it's a single-player game. Well, it's done. It's dead. It's never... Like, people bought it. They made money off this. It was very successful, and they'll make more content for this. If you want to consider that a live service game, or if it's a paid DLC service, whatever, I think they will make it into a live service game. I think the initial part of it is put it out there, get the money up front, and then keep it going once the insurgence of a lot of people have the game. All right, but these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you think? Do you think Starfield would be better if it was more of a survival-based type of game than a watered-down version that they gave us? Let me know in the comments section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And if you like what we do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.